All right, let's talk about Orion knives. These were sent in, well, this one was sent in from Orion Knives. Dave over at the Blade Banter channel, who owns and designed these knives, created Orion Knife Company in the first place. And because I did the unboxing of this, Peter, a Therapeutic Edge, saw my unboxing. Thank you very much, Peter. We went to lunch and he brought this one so that I could compare both of them. So I'm going to do this video a little bit differently. So please stay tuned. Stay with me. So I'm going to put all of the specs that I normally talk about down in the description because I don't want to just make a video to make a video. Let me explain that. I'm going to just talk about these two knives and Orion knives a little bit in this one video. Sure, I could just do a video on this, have you come back tomorrow and do a video on this. They're essentially very similar knives, and I don't want to just make a video to make a video to make a video to make a video, if that makes sense, right? I don't need an extra video just to talk about two of the similar knives. All right, so that out of the way, here's a quick exploded view of the Scorpio, which is the small one here. Gives you kind of some details about what it is. And here is his website, which I will put a link to down in the description as well. Push the button. That's kind of his, not motto, it's his tagline, because it's his favorite style of lock, the button lock. And you push the button to unlock your knife. You also can push the button to deploy the knife. But it's more than that. You push a button to turn on your TV. You push a button to make your cup of coffee. You push your button to hit send on a text. And maybe you're not actually pushing a button in that case. You're pushing a virtual button. But I think you get the point that Dave's trying to make. Is the world we live in today is run by pushing the button. So I think that's a very cool little tagline, just something fun to have. All right, so let's set this guy off to the side. This is the first one. This is the original design Scorpio. Solaris. That's the Scorpio. This is the Solaris. This was the original knife that Dave came up with. He used the push button lock because it's his favorite style of lock. Well, there's nothing wrong with it. It's super fidgety. And I can appreciate a button lock. It's not my favorite style of lock. But that's just me. A lot of things that I talk about here and I own are not what most people talk about and like and own. All right? So these are made overseas. And let's just zoom in and take a close-up look. I think when you originally bought this or ordered it, you could get red or blue pivot collars. Nice carbon fiber with a little milling on it. The reversible pocket clip is countersunk into the scales, and I love it. That's the right way to do it, and it works really well. He also did hardware back here, so there's nothing to hang up in your pocket, and the pocket clip works very well. So thank you, Blade Banter, for that. He did use 14C28N blade steel, which is a great budget steel. If you're into that sort of a thing. I am not a big budget. Again, I've talked about this before, so I'm not going to waste time talking about the fact that the average person is not going to know what the blade steel is or care if it wasn't marked on the blade. There you go. I said it. Change my mind in the comments if you're so inclined. Now, I really like this blue and black look. It is a bit blocky for me. Yeah, the edges are chamfered, but it's not uncomfortable, but it's just a bit blocky, for lack of better words. I like something a little more like this North Arms, where it is very rounded and contoured. That just fits my hand and feels more comfortable. And this is actually a pretty good example because it's a very similar carbon fiber. Might be, I don't know if it's the same, but it is very similar. And there you go. So I think it fits my hand well the best choked up like this. It feels a little cramped back here. Not so much cramped, but while I can get a full grip, it feels as though it's just a little small for me. So my hand just naturally goes to this grip with this knife. Outside of it being a little blocky, it is super fidgety. It is super fun, thumb stud or flipper. And it is a very small flipper tab that just works really well. And I love that kind of, I don't even know what you call a leaf shape, drop pointed leaf shape blade. I don't know. I really like it. All right. So now we are on to the Scorpio. What's wrong with me today? Now we've got with a clip point blade, all blacked out, heavy stonewash blade, blue pivots, blue backspacer. Again, the blue backspacer. This one did not have a lanyard, a way to attach a lanyard, but he did give you a lanyard attachment here on this one. This one is a canvas micarta, I believe is what that is, with liners, similar style pocket clip, equally reversible, same button lock, runs on bearings, both of them. This one fires like nobody's business. The flipper tab on this one I have misfired a couple of times just because it's even smaller. I think that the bigger one runs a little bit smoother. These are just two examples of the knife. I know that Therapeutic Edge uses this and carries it a lot. I don't know if this is brand new, if Dave carries this one a lot or what. But some of the also differences is the spine is crowned, where it is just flat over here on the big boy. You have a fuller, you have a clip point with some jimping up here at the clip. So you could really get in and do some very delicate, intricate work with this knife and know that your finger is going to be secure there on the tip. I think that's a really cool idea. Again, same grip for me, because if I grip it back here, yeah, it's only half of my pinky. I think these are very fun knives, very cool. Again, same blade steel. I kind of wish that this one was a blacked out and a little more contoured. I don't know. I think they're very cool. He is working on some new ideas as well. So stay tuned for that. Please go check out his website where he talks in more detail about the knives themselves, about what his options are coming up, and things like that. I would love to hear your opinion. So please let me know your thoughts on these. Blade Banter, thank you very much for allowing me to see this one. Therapeutic Edge, thank you for this one. We are going to have Blade Banter on the EDC hour at some point, so please stay tuned for that. And please go check out the EDC hour, which I will link down below as well. And thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day.